Shot of Brandy Podcast, man. This episode 210, man, the first one of 2022. And we live, man, from Kindred Spirits. Man, Quintin Hughes Sr, man. What's good with you, Quintin, man? I appreciate your time, man. I've been trying to get the interview, man, for a minute.
Man, I appreciate the opportunity. I know we've been playing Instagram tags, you know what I'm saying? So.
Nah, man, like I know you a busy man, you know what I'm saying? So I was never tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know really what it is though? Is I don't know how to use Instagram.
Okay.
And like from what I understand, since I have left the social media streets, like Instagram is what. Yeah. Well, no, I'm not done. I came back in. I told my wife I'm gonna come back in and troll her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that people like that's how they communicate. Like, ain't no more exchanging numbers. Like people.
Yeah, man. Right.
I'm like, man.
Exactly, man. It's new times.
Man,
right?
It is, man. Yeah. I'm behind, bro.
Man, so are you from here?
Nah, man. I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So how long you been out here?
Man, I've been here. I've been out here longer than I live back home at this point. Man, I came in 2000.
Okay, 2000.
Yeah, to attend OU.
Okay, OU.
Yeah.
Man, how was that?
Man, it was good.
Yeah. Man, from Little Rock to Norman, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, it is. It was a little bit of a culture shock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Because at the time, probably about half of the population, a little bit over half the population of Little Rock was black. You know what I'm saying? So, right. But you know,
I see y'all on HBO. You know what I'm saying? Like Little Rock banging.
Yeah, man. And that's actually what most black folks when they met me at OU was like banging in Little Rock. They went through gang signs and shit.
Okay, man. So how was that OU experience though for you?
Man, for me it was dope, bro. Like, before I was married and had children, it was probably the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
Not because, and I wouldn't say that because I'm super promoter of the college experience or college, but I should say that the experience, man. The friends that I met, the people that I met there, and they often say this: the friends you meet in college gonna be your friends for life. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what it was for me, man. But it was definitely a culture shock.
Oh yeah.
It was tough. It was challenging. We had like a little Africa, like a little corner for us, where you know what I'm saying. When you walking down the Oval, you know you stop by. That's where you pull up and feel comfortable. Okay. You know what I'm saying. But everywhere else was not ours. You know what I'm saying. So,
right.
Yeah.
So was you in any groups?
So you mean like was I frat?
Nah. Like far as like the leadership, because you a leadership type guy.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really didn't start to lead organizations till I was a graduate student.
Oh, okay.
But before grad school, me and a couple of the homies did kind of get together and start hosting like parties and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. And so we try to
like the OU parties back then was the party.
Oh man, I mean, you look when I was a freshman, like the older heads that was there, man, like they did their thing. Okay, but it started to die down. So by the time I was like a senior going into grad school, and we were older, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like the party is different. You weren't looking for parties where people were strolling and stuff like that. You were starting to look for a more mature experience. Right. That was different from the bar scene that they had like on Campus Corner. So we started to try to do some events where folks that looked like us felt welcome, and comfortable, but was still different from the other places we saw. Yeah.
So then you went back.
Yeah, man. I kept going.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't get enough. Yeah, I went back for my master's.
So was you always into school?
No.
Oh, you wasn't?
No, man.
Damn.
I just had. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say that I just like excelled, but I was like a B student. I was like a little bit above B average.
How many people like in your high school went to like other colleges?
We had tracks, bro. Like,
okay.
I don't know what high school you go to.
Man, I went to Santa Fe.
You went to Santa Fe.
Yeah, so it's pretty big.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, it was funny because we had like our population was 50-50. It was like literally 50% black, 50% white.
Okay.
And then they also had like these tracks. There was like the AP, the honors, the college bound.
Yeah.
And so
was you in any of those?
I was college bound. So like I was the third track. I was like in the middle.
Right.
But like most of the white folks was, you know what I'm saying, on the AP track. So it was really divided. Like a lot of the black folks were taking like the lower level classes. Or in the middle like me, so that's where I was.
So they were saying that he got potential to go to college.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, man. And I think, outside of the just kind of the academic abilities, I think like a lot of my mentors saw in me some potential, either from like character or charisma. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or just kind of what they might have saw as like organic leadership ability. Okay. And so they really like certain people would take to me and they would pour into me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Man, so what'd you graduate with?
What you mean, my GPA?
Yeah.
I think I was like a 3.3.
Nah, man, not your GPA.
What you talking about?
Man, your field. Like, where'd you go into?
Yeah. So I graduated with my BS, my master's, and my doctorate, all in industrial engineering.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Real?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I didn't know you was an engineer.
I'm not technically, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go work in that field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I graduated, I went to work in education.
So you didn't use it?
Not in the engineering field, not in industry.
Man, that's pretty hard though, right?
It is, man. Like it was hard. Those courses were hard.
Hell yeah, those courses were hard, man. Like, man, I didn't know that. Okay, so why you go to education then? Like, if you never even did it in college?
Yeah. So what's crazy is like when I went. The reason I went to grad school is because I had this opportunity to do research, well, really to be paid to do research. And so my research interest was like undergraduate retention, which means like, how many students were being retained through graduation, like, you know what I'm saying, versus like dropping out, So I had a real interest in like, studying black students and what it is that would allow them to be successful at the college level.
Right.
And so I studied that for my master's and my PhD. So really the focus was more education, but they allowed me to do it within industrial engineering.
Okay.
Because I studied students that were engineering students. Yeah. And so when I finished, like I realized where the studies were telling me where my research was telling me where the issue was, and that was like before you get to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your preparation before you get to college?
Right,
so that's where I decided to go work, man, was like at the middle school and high school level. I went to go work for this grant called Gear Up, which was dope. It's all about preparing kids for college graduation. For high school graduation and beyond. So, man, that's where I went right after.
Yeah, man, like it's hard, like, okay, like the papers and the studying, like, those kids don't know what they about to get into, right?
Man, at the college level.
Like, for real, man, because it was too much. Like, man, it was just way too much for me. And I was just way too young at the time. Yeah. And then, man, and I was just thrown in the fire, really, you know what I'm saying? Because I was having too much fun.
Man, that happened to a lot of folks, man. A lot of us, bro.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm saying? A lot of us, we got to OU, man. It was interesting because they told us, in our freshman class, we had this multicultural engineering program class where they brought us in. They was trying to like help us stay. You know what I'm saying? With the retention stuff. Yeah. And they told us like the first day they was like, look to your left, look to your right. 2 of y'all are not gonna be here at graduation day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And unfortunately, bro, that was so true, bro. Like by the time we graduated, a third of us were not there in engineering. Man. Yeah. And but to speak to what you were saying though, man, like about the papers and then, you know what I'm saying, kind of the curriculum and the methods that are being utilized at the level of higher education. I think it's kind of unfortunate that we have tried to force so many of our people to pursue that, and kind of set a lot of folks up for failure, not because they don't have the ability or the competence. It's more so because it's not the disposition, bro. And like there are other ways, like we have other ways to kind of show our talents, and we have other approaches to learning that's not based on like this certain paradigm of sitting down, watching somebody teach you, writing papers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like there's a level of bias to it because the system was kind of created in a way, in a different way from like how a lot of us learn.
Yeah, I mean it's outdated at this point.
Been outdated, bro.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's just like in 2022, it's okay to say don't go to college right after high school. But back then, it was like, go to college, are you really a failure?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the pressure that I had on myself.
Right.
And all my friends they was college minded already, man. But the pressure on me, man, they was like, damn, man, I know I really can't do this, but I'm still here though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it wasn't just you, bro. Like, it was like our generation. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Because it's like our parents believe that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And but I bet if you go back into your lineage, bro, like your grandparents probably didn't have college degrees. If they did, then they was like ahead of the game. But they made a living doing like work that's actually like hands-on work. Like my grandpa was a bricklayer, right? And then he ended up being a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he had the skills to be able to build his own house, bro. Right. And start businesses the whole in his family. Yes, man. Right. And like with no degree. Yeah. And so his kids, he taught them. He taught like his sons how to bricklay, but they also kind of ended up getting this notion that like yo, obviously I don't want to do this. Like it's hard labor, and you know I want to go to college so I can do something that's more white collar. And then as a result, like you don't have any more of us that's able to do the things that Grandpa was able to do. Right. Like what we know how to do is read and write papers. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know how to build anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a travesty to me. Right. For real.
And it makes us unmanly, right? We can't build.
Yeah, man, like we can't contribute with like those types of skills. You know what I'm saying? And like that's not gonna help in the woods. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to. I should have been in Boy Scouts. I don't know how to do. I can't survive in the wilderness, bro. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Can't start a fire.
Nah, man. I don't know how to do any of that, man. Right. But I can tell you how to write in APA format.
Right. And these are survival skills that we need, though.
Bro, yeah. So yeah, and I'm interested in that type of stuff, bro. Like I talk about that, but I need to just do it, man. I want to learn how to be able to survive that way, so that my family's in a position to survive in the case that you know. Oh yeah. Like the food drought is coming, bro.
You know what I'm saying, man. So after college, like you working with the kids, are you seeing the difference that you making? Like we're preparing them?
Yeah, man, I did. What I really saw was there wasn't a system within like the communities that I worked in. Okay. That like automatically passed on certain type of information to them that would help them succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no like legacy of understanding college education, financial literacy, you know what I'm saying? Good decision making and stuff like that. And so, yeah, having folks like me in a position to try to have like reach certain students and like and parents and like hold their hand through the process. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely saw results, and it was like you got your pay, like obviously. So I could have went and got a job in industry. Put it like this. When I had internships when I was like a junior in college. Yeah. Like they had this, it was a real big deal. Like you go get an internship work like as a young engineer working for a company, right? Throughout the summer. Then you go back to school. Bruh, I made more on my internship, like my salary as an intern was more than my salary as a as an educator up until I transitioned, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the payoff comes when like my group of students that I had worked with since they was in the 6th grade, when they graduated, bro. Right, and my payoff, right? Oh man! And then when I see them in the streets now, and they'll look at me with disappointment sometimes because they know when they come up to me, they think I'm gonna ask some questions about how college went and stuff like that. And oftentimes, they may not have finished. But just the opportunity to like get to know them, to experience them, and be able to support them in any way, it's a major payout, bro.
Exactly, and they remember you.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? Like that right there says a lot.
Mm-hmm. Man, I went to Pitch Park the other day. I mean, I went over to the rec center. It wasn't the other day. It was for like a Christmas event. Somebody asked me to meet them at, and the person was late. And then over at the basketball court, I see some old knuckleheads that went, you know what I'm saying, that graduated from Douglas. I'm like, what's up, y'all? What's up, Dr. Q? And went and hooped with them, like played 21.
Right.
They beat me.
Right.
I mean, I got tired.
Right.
But, you know.
See, my bad, man, because I ain't even calling you Dr. Q, man, because I didn't even know that you had your PhD, man.
Please don't call me Dr. Q.
Why not?
Just call me Q, man, because like I'm not interested in really separating myself from people, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I get from you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, you don't wear all your achievements on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't show it off. You know
I mean, for what?
Right.
That's how I see it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, family. How big is family to you, man? Because I be seeing you, man.
Yeah.
I just came off the slopes, man. I just seen that.
Man, it's huge, bro. My wife posted that's from last year, but it's huge, and it's actually. So I came up in a non-traditional household, which is probably more like most folks. Like my mom, my mom raised me solo dolo, but and my dad was in my life, but just wasn't there. But anyway, but I had like extended family in the house with us. You know what I'm saying? Like cousins, aunties that would have to come stay from time to time to get back on their feet, and then they might have kids and they was in the house.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That deal. Black struggle,
man.
Yeah,
and so we had close knit kind of growing up, but as I became a man and kind of moved on, those relationships we get a little bit more distant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think for me, what I felt like what I always kind of yearned for was kind of the family structure, like that traditional family structure.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even though moms killed it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I felt like I wish there would have been somebody there to like help her and be a rock for the family, and so it was really important for me to have that type of family structure. And I found that it also was something that attracted me to women, like women who came up from within that family structure. Like I was attracted to that. And so in my wife's parents have been married like 30 years or something like that. Okay. And also she's from Liberia, so West Africa, man. And and like so they got like a whole lot of culture. Yeah. And they had this huge family, but they came over here as immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And so they were very close when they got here. They weren't encouraged to kind of go outside of their bubble.
Oh yeah.
So they do everything together, man. And so that really attracted me too. I got to really get into their culture and stuff like that. So to me, that was
so
like
you learned about the culture, like you had to learn about the culture.
Oh yeah, man, love it, bro. And I was drawn to it. Like aside from I would say aside from like me wanting that traditional, family structure for myself, I also always had this yearning to be connected to our ancestors, like you know what I'm saying, where we came from. Yeah. And so like,
have you went over there?
I haven't yet. My wife, she won't go yet, but we going to Liberia at some point. It won't be 2022, maybe 2023. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Nah, man. Like I asked because I always see you with your wife and with your family. You know what I'm saying? So that looks big to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's important to me. The way I think about it, I was telling somebody the other day, and I hadn't thought like this for extremely long time. But when I was kind of going towards getting married, it took me a minute. I didn't get married till I was like 35. Okay. A lot of people get married sooner. But I stopped. I came to like not necessarily believe in marriage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As a structure, because like I was looking at the data. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at my friends and my counterparts in their early marriages, and they didn't seem happy. Like they wasn't able to sell me on marriage. They wasn't pitching me on it, and I'm like, if more than 50% of marriages are failing, like why should we get married? That type of deal. Right. But I've come to a different belief, and I've connected it to kind of like how I feel like I'm going to be a part of contributing to our community and our legacy. I think the Black family is critical to rebuilding our communities, bro. So like we have to build each like one household at a time, bro. So marriage is really it's not about us. You know what I'm saying? Like when we had kids, bro, like it became about modeling for them and providing like a consistency that allows them to like be cultivated and grow into contributors themselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? I see and like that
structure.
100%. And so I see that as the building block to rebuild our communities. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a big piece that was lost. And so it's important for me and to be a part of promoting that.
Exactly.
And not in a way that where like it's forced, but like, I want to honor my wife. I want to be, and I want young people to see and have relationship goals, have Black love goals. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked, man, because there's millions, there's billions of dollars going into that structure to separate that.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, like if you listen to that all day, like if you listen to a Canvas Sandwiches all day, like if you listen to Red Pill all day, then you'll think that the marriage ain't even possible.
Yeah.
But it is possible, man. If you get by yourself and have your own thoughts of what you want, just like you said.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
And that's another part, bro. Like we start at an early age programming ourselves.
All right, it's the program.
To like go away from that, man.
It's the music too.
Nah, you can't lie, bro. Like it is what it is, man. Like when you young and you hear like I don't know if you remember like in the 90s or whatever, there would be certain like Black leaders that would be talking about what rap music is doing, and we'd be like, man.
Right.
That. You know what I'm saying? What you talking with your old? Right. You know what I'm saying? Now
they called them crazy though.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? And now I don't even listen to rap. Man, I listen to jazz.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like an R&B because it's so demonic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, am I getting older? You know?
It's evolution, man. We maturing, bro. And you look back, you like, I can't believe I got to this point where like where I'm that dude. But you pick up on it, man. You like, man.
I don't like Meg Thee Stallion. I don't like that stuff no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
And the kids are listening to it younger, bro. And if you think about it, like, man, when I was in college, real talk, we used to be like, and even like early single, man, after graduation, like we going out. Even if you don't believe this, you be like, hey man, I'm trying to see what them, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go where those at. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does that come from?
Right,
like
because it's pushed on us as a young age.
Yes,
though,
man,
you know
it's toxic, bro. It really is.
It's toxic as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the marriage is where we gonna build that structure and we gonna build that wealth too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, we wasn't meant to be by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of stuff that's trying to distract us from coming together and building that wealth so we won't be as powerful though. You know?
Absolutely. And more and not only wealth in monetarily, you know what I'm saying, but wealth in terms of your own development as a human. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shit that a woman brings to you, bro, like you know what I'm saying? Everything you ain't, she is, bro. And if you don't have that balance, you know what I'm saying? Like you flawed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're gonna just continue to perpetuate that.
Yeah. Okay, Q, man, like I be seeing you everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I be seeing you with the mayors, man. And I be seeing you, man, with the openings and stuff. Like, what do you do in the community though, man? Cause you be in the back, just playing it smooth, man.
Man, well, I mean, so I lead a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
Called Northeast OKC Renaissance, Inc.
Okay, yeah.
And its purpose is really to be a catalyst for what we call ethical and place-based community development here in Northeast Oklahoma City.
Right. And you've been running that for a minute, right?
Yeah, man. The organization was officially started, in 2016. But
okay,
but the organizing work had begun a couple years before, and so a lot of the work is kind of more background, like you organizing, you being strategic, you trying to put people in position, and so sometimes it calls for me to be in certain places to show support, show love, but also be in different meetings and be in the room so that like there's a voice and there's an opportunity strategically, and so I really do my best to kind of spread out those opportunities to be out in front. You know what I'm saying? Or like to lead, because like I believe in like collaboration and distributed leadership.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense to hold power, influence, and leadership responsibility in one person, because it's not sustainable. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're able to kind of distribute that, then like if one person goes down, you still got people there to continue the mission.
And more ideas too, and more conversations.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what I get from you, man. Like I don't get like that you got to be the alpha male, like in charge of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. I prefer not to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, the more experience you kind of get at being able to lead and like execute on things, the more people will trust you and like be willing to like chill and not really step up and like show they time, they treasure and talents. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm often spending more time trying to cultivate somebody else to build them to the degree where they feel comfortable leading, man. Because like I don't know how much longer I'll be in this position. Like I'm in a point in my life. I'm 40. I feel like these are some years where you kind of got like your youth, your experience, your knowledge kind of all comes together to be able to do like powerful shit, and then move out the way. You know what I'm saying? And so I got younger cats that I see a lot of talent in, and I'm trying to pour into them, bro. So they can take it and run with it. And then when QJ is of age, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting he can go to them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you got a plan.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan.
Yeah. Man, so how's the group been going? Because I had a friend, Kevin was part of the group, you know what I'm saying? Like, so do y'all recruit every year?
Yeah, so really our flagship event, Kevin was a part of, our flagship event is called NEOKC. Okay. And it's like a block party or a street festival, man. And it's really meant to help change the narrative about, you know, in perceptions of Northeast Oklahoma City, while at the same time providing the community information about like what's going on as far as real estate development. You know what I mean? And also entertain them. And so when I originally had the idea for like a block party, what I did is I pitched it to this organization that brings together young professionals. And they bring together young professionals, and then they put them in groups, and then they have them go work on projects. Kevin was in that group. You know what I'm saying? That really helped build it. They even named the event, bro. So like their legacy lives on, man. We 7 years in. Yeah, shout out to them, man. 7 years in. Shout out NEOKC. We doing a new thing. We calling it homecoming weekend, man. So we want to like model after like HBCU homecoming and have events on different days. So like we'll have like State of Northeast where, you know, our public officials will be able to address the community and state kind of their agenda for the community.
Man, that's big, man.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like that's big for even the state official to even come out and hear those voices in the community.
Oh yeah, well, you know, it's the state representatives within our district, but like, yeah, it's huge, man. It's all about unifying, right? And kind of being on the same page. So like, yeah, that's Friday, and then Saturday we'll have our NEOKC event that we traditionally do. We trying to get like a major artist so that we can kind of boost the event a little bit more. And then on Sunday we're doing a community day. Where people, you know, have community projects and clean up and stuff like that. So yeah, homecoming weekend is Mother's Day weekend, May 6, 7, 8. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. Then the Kindred Spirits, like, when did this come about?
Yes, sir. Kindred Spirits. My goodness, man. This is this is a concept born out of the mind of my good friend Sandino Thompson. I don't know how long the concept was brewing for him, but he was one of the owners, along with Kaya Fletcher, one of the owners of Urban Roots. You remember Urban Roots?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, you know, Urban Roots was a place that was very special to me. Matter of fact, that's where I met my wife. For the second time. It was the day I bagged her. You know what I'm saying? I got her, you know? So I'll forever remember that.
Yeah, but man, because Urban Roots, man, was putting on for the artists and the deaf poetry and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a different crowd back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's where black folks who wanted to find their culture went to go get it.
Right.
And so when they ended up closing, they actually closed because somebody bought the building and jacked up the rent on them.
Okay.
You know, it left a gap, man. And so I stayed in contact with them as owners, and like then the East Point development came about. And so while I was doing my work with Northeast Renaissance, you know, we learned about the opportunity for this development, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it because there's some upside financially, but I think most of the upside is around being able to create a place like a center, a catalyst, you know what I'm saying, for the community, for the city, for like black folks, right? Yeah. And so he told me about his idea with Kindred, and I was like, yeah, I want to be down, bro. And so yeah, so I'm a part of it, man.
Oh yeah,
it's dope. So yeah, he probably told me about it 2018. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We opened in 2020.
Okay, 2020.
You know what I'm saying? So we worked on it, tinkered on it for like 2 years.
Yeah,
a little bit over 2 years before we finally opened in April of we opened last year. My bad. We opened April 2021.
Wow.
So
it ain't even been a year.
No, bro, not even a year, man.
Ain't even been a year, and the people know about it though.
Yeah, man. We're growing amongst the community, man. I think most folks who identify with urban roots who still around, was kind of waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a lot of folks that don't know about us, man. And so if you don't, Kindred Spirits, we located at 1726 Northeast 23rd Street, the corner of 23rd and Rhode Island. But man, yeah, you see the space, bro. Like, it's beautiful. And, and we felt like it was like the evolution of urban roots. Like the lessons they learned, like urban roots was big. It was kind of big, you know what I'm saying? So you had to really fill the space in order to make money. So we got a smaller footprint. We know a lot of our folks are starting to like frequent patios and stuff like that. Oh yeah. So we built out a patio space.
Like 2030 is looking good right now.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying? And it's coming up.
We trying, man. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, man. But I say the people know you because during the summer, man, it was a place to be for our age.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Because the people like our age, like the 30 to about 40, man, we really don't want to do the club no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a young crowd.
Right.
So, like with this crowd, man, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is our speed. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So y'all gonna bring the poetry side to it?
So we did partner with Poetry and Chill on some events.
Okay.
But we found like they have such a big following. Like they got so many people coming out. We probably was not the right size for them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Which is still good though.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, so now actually I think they doing stuff over in Spike Coffee, which is a little bit bigger. But no, I think we're gonna bring in a monthly event called Afroverse. Okay. That's gonna kind of pull in some poetry, but also it's gonna bring in like, you know, elements of hip hop culture and things of that nature. So it'll be a little bit more versatile than just poetry. But yeah, we definitely gonna have that in there.
Oh yeah. And y'all be adding like the local artists to your events and your NEO1 too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I like that.
That's very important. It's very important for us to like put each other on, man.
Yeah, it is.
Create opportunity for ourselves.
Right.
And you know, it's really just central to like what we about. And so like that's why I was willing to come together. I wanted to jump on this with those particular people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew what they were about. It's people out here that have great ideas and that can execute on great events.
Exactly.
But for me, it's always important for me to rock with people of like mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who I can trust, and who are like who it's really important for them to build with other people and not really build for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of talent in OKC.
So much, bro.
Like, there's a lot of talent in Oklahoma because like if you go to Tulsa, there's a lot of talent that people don't know about. So this state is full of talent. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I like what you're doing, just giving them an opportunity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So is the east side, man, is it getting gentrified?
Yeah.
It is? Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in the midst of it.
Yeah. And you know, I think a lot of people kind of get it twisted a little bit when they think about, when they assume that gentrification is is equivalent to bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So gentrification really just means like adding wealth. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in wealth. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's important for communities that have been like systemically depressed and economically depressed for there to be wealth, you know what I'm saying, brought in. Right. The challenge is when that wealth that's brought in is not necessarily obviously representative of the community, and also is extractive, which meaning like they pulling out resources rather than adding it to. You know what I'm saying? And so like when you got people coming in that's not like in alignment with the folks that's here, like if you get a next door neighbor come in, build this big old house, and then all of a sudden want to start calling the police on the neighbors that was there every day without, you know, building relationships with them, like that's the type of stuff, like that's a mismatch. And so and then the other main issue with gentrification is when it displaces people. Like that's the thing about it. It's like when people
and that's
move
what we
in,
scared of though.
That's what we scared of, and that's what we have to be proactive about discouraging and preventing. Right. Is people getting pushed out. Like we rather be able to create opportunity for folks who are here to be able to like increase their living wage, their earning potential, you know what I'm saying, and be able to spend more on the homes that they own versus having to leave and go live somewhere cheaper. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but we can't get too comfortable too though.
Yeah, you don't want to get complacent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you mean like complacent in your poverty, or you mean?
I'm saying that it's okay for a new change or a new look or even an upgrade.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're upgrading the East and it's looking good.
Yeah.
Like this E Point, like this looks good on 23rd, like a new building.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying?
Absolutely. So like that's what I'm saying. We wanna that's the part that our organization was so important to us. We want to revitalize the community. Right. We want to level up how it looks, and that costs money. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like bringing that money in, that in and of itself is gentrification. Because before this building 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? It looked like high poverty and like disrepair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like to assume that that's how black people need to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that say? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it needs to always be poor. Nah, bro, it's just like, no, but the concern is like when it does upgrade, who is it upgrading for? That's what the people worried about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because they scared that the new grocery stores aren't for them.
Yeah, that's what they scared of. And I tell you what though.
But it was needed though.
It was needed, and like if you live here, it's for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But if you don't live here, and you're not willing to come live here, then like just keep shopping at Walmart where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't need the commentary because
you got to bring your money where.
Yeah, and you got to bring your wealth. You got to live over here, buy the property. So it's like
instead of bringing your wealth and going to Edmond, you got to come back here, man, and build this up.
Right. So like if you in Edmond talking about the east side gentrifying, like come on, bro, and like you from the east side, like come on, man.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you, man, because you foot on the ground with this.
Yeah, man. I think what we're trying to do, bro, is we're trying to do something that we haven't seen before. Like
exactly, we haven't seen this on the east side before.
Man, well, no, it's not just on the east side. Like, bro, like you can go. I'm sure you've done some traveling, man, and you've been to communities, like downtown and different places, right? Mm-hmm. Like you go to Tulsa, you know what I'm saying? You go to Little Rock, where I'm from. Wow. You go to Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Wow. You'll see,
especially Atlanta right now.
Oh yeah, Atlanta too. So you'll see areas that are coming up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell they used to be black. Right. And they not no more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So for us, it's like we want people to come to areas and see like it's been upgraded.
Yeah.
And it's still black. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But in order to do that, you got to have black folks participating with they money, with their support. Exactly. And if they not willing to do that, then like it's your fault. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like whose fault is it? Like who you expecting to come in you know what I'm saying, make these changes. Like, what do you expect?
And we got to take care of the new, like the new stuff that we got too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the investors be scared of. Yeah. Man, that we ain't gonna take care of it.
Yeah, you know man, it's kind of like chicken and egg, man. Like you step out there and build something new, and if the community ain't behind it or if they not ready for it, like you'll see some defacing the property. Like you'll see, man, we had like our heaters, man, bro. We got videos. Somebody came in here and like literally WWE wrestled our heaters, bro. Like I'm talking about climbed to the top of our table, jumped off with an elbow, bow, then kicked it. I was like, man, it was comical to watch, bro. But
it was hard.
Yeah, but we had to pay for it. I'm like, man, like, anyway, we had to pay for that. But so like, you know, you're gonna have those things. You're gonna have them. You have them in other communities as well. Wow. But I think when you try to do things from a grassroots level first, you're less likely to see that type of response, and you're less likely to see, increased policing or over policing as a response to new people coming in. So like we all growing and we all changing together. That's what we're attempting to do.
Right. And that's what people need to wake up and see though. Like the city is growing. You know what I'm saying? Like the city's not what it used to be. Like the city is growing and we gotta grow with the time because there's a lot of lots open on 23rd that people can come. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people on Facebook showing their money. But then there's a lot of lots on 23rd, so it's like, man, you just throwing away your money and not putting it to the streets, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We it's a mindset thing, man. It's
a mindset thing, right?
Yeah, and so I think we just it's just, a couple people at a time. We just got to keep shifting that mindset, and like it's a maturity thing. Like I told you, 20 years ago. When I was about to hit the club, I was talking about, where the hoes at? Right. And 20 years later, I'm like, I was so stupid. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like I can't shit on nobody else for immaturity, right? It's all about evolution, but and at the same time, like if you are mature and really just think about what he just said, bro. Like the next time you think about how you want to spend that surplus of capital that you got, think about how invested in your community, especially a community where you want to see improve. So you got a vested interest not only from a financial standpoint, but from like your own social and cultural standpoint. Wow. Like really think about pooling, like getting together with your homies, right? Pooling your resources, purchasing land, figuring out how to develop it. You know what I'm saying? How to do something instead of like being on the sideline and waiting and being like, hey man, you see they got that Starbucks over there across from East Point. Right. Well man, that land was available the whole time, bro. Like so Starbucks like these
lots are available.
Yeah, man. So I think it's just we gotta be able to shift the mindset and also like our strategy. Like we gotta evolve our thinking, man. And cats in other cities, they are, man, they're a little bit ahead. Like in Atlanta, like if Atlanta cats came here, they'd be like, they probably be polite. They be like this.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, like I'm in the cannabis industry.
Oh, okay.
There's so many people that's coming to Oklahoma because it's so cheap right now. They like California people. They like, man, this is a gold mine.
Yeah.
Like the land is cheap.
Yeah.
Everything is cheap here. But the people here don't even see, man, the opportunity, man, that they got in front of them, though.
Yeah, because we've been here, man. So cheap is relative to us. We like shit.
It's recession free, right?
They coming from Cali, like they just sold a 1,200 square foot house for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And come down here and buy a mansion. You know what I'm saying? For $500,000, still got $500 left over to go buy some property. You know what I'm saying? We looking.
No, seriously though, like they coming with the grows. They like, man, this is nothing.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. So, hey, real talk though, we do need to do a little something about that. We gotta put some limits on who can come and take advantage of.
I'm telling you,
know what I'm saying, of these opportunities, because shit, we lived in it long enough. Right. Like we need to be reaping the benefits before outside investors for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Nah, man, and that's why I wanted to talk to you, man, because, man, you just so smart and you so much in the field, you know what I'm saying? And we don't get to hear the voice that's actually doing the work.
Oh, man. Well, I'm happy to be here and talk to the people, man.
Yeah. So this year, for your organization and for Kindred Spirits and for the East, man, like what you thinking this year?
Man, I think this is gonna be our biggest year for all of the organizations, man. Like Kindred specifically, man. We got almost a year under our belt, and I had to learn a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I had to learn a lot. When we opened, man, we thought we were gonna have somebody else to like run it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We before we opened, I mean, we thought we was gonna have somebody else to run it. Right. And when we opened, we found out we had to run it.
Oh yeah.
And as a
you
result,
gotta save that money.
Man, listen, a lot of lessons learned, but we're so much better for it.
Right.
And so going into the spring and summer season, I think we're gonna have we already have a great staff that'll be fully trained. We got better ideas. Mm-hmm. And we got a better approach to executing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're gonna be not only thriving here, but shoot, I'm gonna be looking at locations.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that second one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Nah, man. But the thing about the city is, they'll let you grow. Like, okay, like if they see you starting something, they not really tripping. Like if it's not going as smooth, you know what I'm saying? Like the city will grow with you if you start something.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the way I look at it, but not everybody does. Some people some people will hit me up like,
oh, they want that.
Some people hit me up like, yo, y'all messing up. Okay, like, people, and well, it's not the people who we messed up with. It's like people who observed it, right? And then they be like, yo, you only get one first impression. Okay. I'm like, man,
that's true too.
I mean, I'm like, if they don't rock with us, they don't rock with us, because I believe in this mission, bro, so much.
Right.
That I'm like,
build it, man.
I'm like, bro, if y'all don't feel us, then don't mess with us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we got pure intentions, bro, and what we trying to do is we not money hungry, trying to money grab. Exactly. Like we trying to provide something from the culture. And like, if you ain't seeing that, then shame on us for not representing that one day. But also, like, you kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I would respond to it. You got to be patient
with your people, right?
Yeah. Be patient with our businesses. It's not like we cutting people off. You know what they always say about black business and how they ain't got their stuff together. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they got excuses.
See, they go in with that. Yeah. And then when it don't go as planned, then they amp it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like if they see you walking around here, man, with your head cut off, going back and forth, come on, man, like the man is working. You know what I'm saying? Like the man is trying to build this up, man. We trying to get it going. You know?
Man. But when it comes to capitalism, man, and when it comes to like not executing, you also don't need to be making excuses. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so like we want people to give us grace. Yeah. But like if they don't want to, like we're not gonna sit here and make excuses for not executing. But we are gonna get better. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do.
Nah, man, like this was the spot to be on Sunday though.
Man, Sunset Sunday, shout out, we coming back. Coming back in May. Holla at us. Yeah.
Nah, Q, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your time, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. And I appreciate what you do for the community, man, because I know that the work is hard, and I know that you don't get a pat on your back like just every day. Not that you want it, but it is good to get acknowledged. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you though, man. We get pats on the back, bro. Like, it's funny, you mentioned Sunset Sundays. So this is every Sunday we will have live entertainment on our patio, right? And our patio is open, you know what I'm saying, to the community. So we'll have a lot of people from the community will like pull up and like bring chairs out and like sit out there on the lawn.
It was a vibe.
And they'll see us moving around and they be like, "You one of the owners?" I'm like, yeah. They be like, "Thank you."
Right. That's what
they be like, "This is what the community need, bro."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. It's the same thing like with what I told you about them kids when they graduate, bro. Like we be sitting there like, get that lump in your throat. You be like, "Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it."
Nah, man, because we don't want to go to the club, man. We just want to sit, hear the music, see some little teens around here. You know what I'm saying? And vibe out, man. And that's what y'all provided, man. And the community definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate the community for sure, man. We definitely continue to need y'all support for sure. So I do want to announce here, man, we're actually making some changes starting Black History Month, man, starting February.
Okay.
So we're going to be expanding our days and our hours. So you'll be able to catch us Wednesdays through Sundays from now on.
Okay.
And we're going to start back opening at 4, so we'll be able to catch a nice little happy hour vibe. So from 4 until, man, we're adding a Black Power happy hour where we're going to be offering like our, discounted price on Black-owned brands. Okay. And then we'll have some special cocktails using those brands. Yeah. We're starting a Black culture game night. Okay. You know what I'm saying, on Thursdays. And then,
we need that.
Yeah. And so we like to carry Black-owned brands, Black games and stuff like that. And so we actually going to have somebody that's hosting, so that'll be fun. And then Fridays, man, we're going to have Black Fridays. Basically, we're just going to have our Black Power happy hour all night. So you'll be able to get our discounted drinks. You'll be able to get yak on tap here. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Douce on tap. Already. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro.
And what I like about the vibe is you can come with your laptop and get some work done still.
Absolutely.
Though. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? 'Cause it's that type of vibe, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tanisha if she ever watched.
Yeah.
Tanisha used to come up here. Until we had to roll back our hours, we started opening at 6. Okay. But she used to pull up at 4 with a laptop, sit at the bar and do work, like real work, bro.
Right. And listen to music. No. Because that's what we do at the house anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we sip a little wine. You know what I'm saying? Like the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's a vibe, man.
Yeah, and it's the only place in the city you're going to get that vibe. Like you'll be able to pull up and like, we are careful to try to curate an experience for people like-minded Black folks. So like the type of music you gonna get here, our menu items, even the things you gonna see on the TV, man, is gonna be unapologetically Black, but also dope, man. Like,
and the bathrooms is clean as hell.
Oh yeah, you gotta visit the bathrooms. don't give it away. You gotta visit the bath. You gotta come up here and see, man.
I'm like, damn, man, this is a public bathroom.
Yeah, man, you gotta come up here and see, man. So we a small footprint, man, but we got a big heart for our community. And man, we're excited about 2022. We're excited about February, Black History Month, man. Oh yeah. And being able to reintroduce ourselves to the community.
Oh yeah. Nah, man. Like the spot is looking good, man. Like seriously, you know what I'm saying. And this Thursday, at 7, and it's a crowd. You know what I'm saying. Like they getting their drink on and stuff like that. And that's what it's about, man. Just coming to, you know what I'm saying, where the culture is, and you ain't gotta feel like, man, that you suppressing somebody, man.
Man, that's
like on somebody's toes or something. You know what I mean?
And that's the main thing we wanted to bring, bro. Like, as you evolve as like a young Black professional, and like I can't call myself young no more, so just Black professional in the city. There's a certain like standard that we come to start expecting, you know what I'm saying? And so like we would go to bars, or we might even go with coworkers or go with friends, and we would go to certain bars and they be nice and the service would be cool, but it's not us in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not us, like nothing in there is inspired by us. And so we wanted to provide a place that was us, bro, and like that had that same standard of excellence and service, but that's so us. Like you gonna like in here, you'll be sitting at the bar and you'll hear some Sir, or you'll hear some Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll hear some Kindred. You know what I'm saying? It'll be low, like we ain't busting your eardrum, but you like, or you hear some stuff you ain't heard. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Man, that's what we want, like the latest stuff. You know what
man.
I'm saying?
And you can try some drinks you ain't tried. Like this is where you can go and try some of that E40 tequila. You know what I'm saying? Or like, we gonna try to carry those brands. I don't know if it's tequila. I think it was a wine. But anyway.
Yeah, man. He got so much.
That's what we want to be, man. So I hate to make this a Kindred Spirits, man, do session.
Your thing, man.
But you also asked about what's going on with the nonprofit for this year. Like, we also have broad ambitions for our nonprofit organization, Northeast Renaissance. We want to get to a point where we can hire somebody full time. Like it's totally volunteer right now. We got a dope board. It's like 15 of us. We all volunteering because we all passionate about the work. Yeah. But man, we gotta get some folks hired. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple people who do contract work, but we want to raise enough to get an executive director. But we got some great activities and programs that we're doing. Like we have this program. This activity called Placekeepers, where we recruit and train folks from the neighborhood and folks that are stakeholders in Northeast Oklahoma City who are interested in doing real estate development. We train them to be developed, to become developed, at least the foundation of them. We connect them to mentors that have experience, and then we even offer like the opportunity for financing just in case they don't have enough to get their first project off the ground.
Oh, that's big.
So yeah, man, we had our first 2 cohorts last year. We had a conference, and so we intend to grow that conference and make it more of a national piece.
All our volunteer work.
So we, like I said, we got a couple contract people that we pay. So that was what. Shout out DeAndre Martin. That's one of the things. One of the people we pay to do great work, and he executes, man. So we got that, and then man, we looking to launch a impact investment fund, bro. So that we want to focus on real estate development and small business development. So we want to raise capital and really reduce that barrier to access. You know what I'm saying? The capital, be able to invest in these projects and businesses to help them scale. And they got to be viable because we're gonna be taking an equity position. But yeah, man, that's what we want to be doing.
Yeah. Like when you say viable, like what you mean? Like it got to be like something that's profitable, like a business that's
yeah. So like with these things, man, I think so what a lot of I don't know much about, or I didn't know much about like venture capitalists. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all teach all this?
No. Okay. I'm learning this right now. But like if you watch Shark Tank, you kind of got an idea of how it can work. You know what I'm saying? With
pitch
venture
your
capitalists.
idea.
Yeah, they pitching ideas, and then like those sharks that are watching, what they looking for is they looking for a dope idea, and they looking for a dope like founder or owner of the organization that they have confidence can execute their concept. And if not that concept, they plan on investing in them down the line because they know they're gonna hit. So we want to be in a position to do that and not really and not focus as much on the financial position. You know what I'm saying, of the business. And so we're essentially a venture capital firm, but we're focused on like impact, social impact.
Yeah, man. Like it now, but y'all in the community with it.
Yeah.
So y'all hands on, and the people believe. Like if you got people that's volunteering, then they believe in it.
Oh man, straight up, we got some great believers that who execute, and we have a good time, man. We become pretty close because we're doing this work together. So and we try to support other organizations as well who hadn't been around as long. We're trying to get a commercial district started on 23rd Street.
Okay.
So there's Uptown, you got Midtown, you got Paseo.
Right.
We're trying to make a legit commercial district on 23rd, so it's called East End.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
Yeah. So the East End commercial district trying to get going. We support the neighborhood coalition of like 15 to 20 neighborhoods in Northeast Oklahoma City, like them organizing, being able to advocate for themselves. And so like we want to use our influence and the leverage that we've gained in our relationships to help build this infrastructure so that it can be sustained. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we see as the key to like being able to grow. So like a lot of the work we doing is just building a foundation.
Exactly.
So when we gone, like others can build on top of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Man, I appreciate it, man. You do so much. I didn't even know half the stuff, that you did, man. But I'm glad that it's you though.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Because your heart is in it.
Man, straight up, man. Yeah. My wife would tell you I need to sit down, but but she know, I'm gonna grind for a minute and then I will. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Nah, man, I appreciate it, man. And keep doing your thing out here, Q, man, because it's much needed. You know what I'm saying? The spot look good, man, and man,
appreciate it, bro.
Like the sky's the limit this spring.
Yeah, straight up, man. Hopefully you go get some shots with this fancy camera. Get some shots of the screen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nah, man, I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Shot of Brandy Podcast, man. That's 210, man, with Quintin Hughes Sr.
Yes, sir. Man.
Yes, sir, man.
210 episodes, bro. How often you do it?
Well, this is my first one this year.